Welcome back to the Tuning with Dev podcast. I'm your humble, gracious, highly favored, blessed, lucky to be here host, Dev. If this is your first time seeing the podcast, hey, get ready to strap in, tune in. That's why it's called Tuning with Dev. But I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back. I feel like it's been a minute, man, from getting married to, just having different life experiences and just going through certain things and just, living life and just having to take that time off of social media after getting married to spend time with my wife. But man, I'm glad to be back. Glad to be talking to y'all. Got a lot of things to discuss, a lot of topics, new episodes, new people coming on, man. I'm trying to upgrade each and every single episode, like I say. But man, I'm just glad to be talking to y'all again, talking to the camera, talking to the fellow viewers. Hopefully something that I say resonates with you. You can subscribe, send it to somebody, just whatever it is. But welcome to episode 21 of the Tuning with Dev podcast. Like I said, my name is Dev. And I guess we can just jump right into the heavy-hearted stuff. Man, Marshawn Kneeland of the Cowboys, he did take his own life. He did end his own life. And it's sad to see. You can see that his girlfriend um received a text from him and that she's also pregnant, which makes it, even more sad. And I don't want to like harp on the whole story behind it or what happened because, at the end of the day, nobody ever knows truly what happened besides, you know, the investigation that happens. But I'm here to talk about just mental health, period, and just, suffering in silence and just, it's a tough thing, people deal with it. And it's just a lot of things are attributed to mental health that aren't mental health, but there are a lot of things that aren't attributed to mental health and that are mental health. And a lot of people, especially men, a lot of men in their 20 plus 20s, or even, it can even be under 20 that are struggling, dealing with everyday problems. It can be addiction, it can be anything. It can be drinking, gambling, it can be relationship problems, it can just be, just expectation of being a man in today's world and having to provide and be the provider. And there's just plenty of other things that we can get into, but it's just sad to see that and I'm a Cowboys fan, but it's just, it's sad to see that it had to go that route, especially after scoring his first NFL touchdown. Even though football is minuscule compared to someone's life, it's just sad to see because somebody at the height of their career scoring their first defensive touchdown to days later taking their own life. And it's sad to see, and it's something that we see that is becoming normalized, which shouldn't be normalized, and it should be addressed a lot more. But a lot of people feel like they can't because they'll be judged, they'll be looked at as weak, they'll be looked at as, not a man. And it's just this machismo attitude, machismo way of living, and the way that society paints each and every single person, whether that be a teenager, a man, or like an adult man. It's just my advice, or the advice that I can offer would be to just speak to somebody. Don't matter who it is, not have to be a professional. It could be a friend, relationship partner, whoever it is. But just make sure that whatever you feel like you're holding in, and that like that is, you know, quote unquote, like holding you down, the weight of the world, of the weight on your shoulders, make sure that you speak to somebody, because everybody may feel like it's a burden to them, like, man, they don't care. But at the end of the day, there's people out here who love you. There are people out here who love you and truly love you and want you to still be here to see the next day. And mental health plays a huge part in that, because you don't know what someone is going through each and every single day. And it's like you walk by so many people, thousands of people a day, and you don't know their story. And it's like you feel like you may be going through something, but somebody can be going through something way, way worse. And it's just sad to see. Sad to see. Prayers go out to his family, the Cowboys, his teammates, his fiance or girlfriend that is I saw reported that was pregnant. I'm not sure if it's true, but still, it's just prayers out to the family, man. And anybody who has suffered with someone in the family taking their own lives. My heart goes out to y'all. Praying for your family, praying for y'all, man. I know. I started off with such a hard topic, such a, cloudy topic that a lot of people don't like to talk about, but that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to make mental health fun, make mental health easy to talk about, easy to communicate, easy to way, so that somebody that may be machismo, somebody may be hard, somebody may be too cool, is able to actually, get it off their chest. Because I even saw a interview with G Herbo talking about how, as a man, like, you have to hold everything in, and it just becomes too much at a certain point. And it's just like, that is true. And it's like, it's to the point where now expressing yourself isn't looked at the same way as it was years ago. And that brings me to my next topic of day one. Day one can mean a lot of different things. Day one can be the beginning, it can be the middle, it can be wherever you decide to start. Because at the end of the day, everybody at some point feels like it's too late. Man, I should have did this. Man, I should have did that. Man, if I had this, if I had this. Stop making excuses, man. Stop making excuses. You have all the tools you need right here. As long as you have this and a phone, internet source, any type of thing, just as long as you have this right here, your mental, you have the power to do what you want to do. And it can be from the smallest to the biggest thing. And then even if you fail or you're not seeing the results that you're wanting to see, that day one is the start of that. And you can restart day one every day if you have to. And if you have to treat it like that, that's kind of how I have to approach it for myself. I finally sat down and I created a to-do list for every day. Like, I have to make sure that I do every day. And I mean, I can give off some of the things that I do and that I have written down. I can say one is, I'm for sure I pray every night. And if I do forget, I wake up in the morning and pray. But I make sure I pray every night. I added 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups on there. Tell my wife that she's beautiful each and every single day, because that's certain things that get, well, our lives are so busy, and it's like you forget the little things, and the little things, like atomic habits, equal up to big things eventually. So you have to have that certain reminder. Did you record the podcast? Did you do create content today? It's just a lot of things that you can remind yourself, because a lot of things, we get so busy and we get so focused on other things that we forget about the small things. So that day one for you can be today. It can be tomorrow. And if you mess up one day, guess what? The next day is your day one, and you're starting off day one, day one, day one, day one, until, guess what? That success, that goal that you're wanting to achieve, that thing that you're wanting to do, that job, that team you're wanting to make, that video you wanted to make, that podcast, that music you wanting to make, that relationship you're wanting to be in, that relationship you want to fix, the relationship you want to get out of, the family that, what I'm saying. It's just what there's many, many different things. It's just whatever you believe in and whatever you have to do. But it's just like, stop telling yourself, because we get in a habit of telling ourselves that it's too late, that we can't do it. But at the end of the day, you can. And I'm not trying to make this like some motivational speech, but it's just, I felt like in my heart I had to get on here and let y'all know, because I'm going through it myself. And I'm like, starting my day. I started my day one on Monday, and it's like a day one after day one after day one. And it's like, I take those days and I make it intentional. And it's like, if you make the day intentional to do these certain things, eventually those will add up. They'll add up, and they'll keep adding up and add it up and adding up until, guess what, you to the point where it's normal to you. And then guess what comes with that? Success. So, man, if you are struggling, if you see this, and if you've been on the fence about it, take this as a sign. Take this as a sign from whoever you believe in, God, whoever you believe in. Get to it. Start your day one. Start it over. Start it over. Even if you fail, start it over. Whatever. Start it over. And I guess I could just kind of go through the whole wedding experience that I had and that we shared together. Man, if you're planning a wedding, it goes by so fast. Once it gets to the wedding day, it's over like that. Like, bro, like, from getting there days before, from the rehearsal dinner to the actual wedding, to leaving the next couple after the next couple days, that went by like this. Like, enjoy every moment you have together. I guess some tips that I can give: do not allow yourselves to become stressed. Something's not going to go right. I can sit here and say that we forgot the wedding rings at the house, at the beach house, and we had the wedding on the beach. So somebody, when they said who has the rings, everybody looked around like who has the rings, and nobody had the rings. But that's besides the point. It's just knowing, it just laughing about it, and just continuing to make it about just you and your partner and the love that y'all share with the people that are there to share the love with y'all. And I just want to give some advice, some tips, just to enjoy that moment, live in that moment, because it goes by so fast. Man, enjoy spending time with your partner. Make it intentional to stay with your partner through that whole process. Check on your partner. Make sure, men and women, both sides, because y'all both are going through it. Even though women may be more planning and more planful, that's probably a new word I just made up. But the man also has stress, also. So just check on each other and make sure y'all good. Um, the man, hey, make sure you cry when they walk down that aisle now, because you'll never forget. They'll never forget that, and nobody else will. But just really, it just overall experience, just enjoy the moment, man, because it goes by so fast, and it's just so beautiful, and such um a beautiful thing that it's like you can't really describe into words, or it's just something you have to experience. And if you've been married, you know what I'm kind of say. But I don't want to speak too much on that, but it's just really just like a little tip that I want to give to y'all, especially after being married. I just want to say, man, I appreciate y'all for sticking with me. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and watching the podcast. If you haven't subscribed yet or followed the TikTok, the Instagram, I post clips on there, whenever. Um, I post these podcasts every Monday. Um, I hope y'all enjoyed it, man. Peace.